Imagine you're at a crowded airport. Flights are boarding, people are checking their phones, and everything seems normal. Then suddenly, an alarm starts ringing. Nobody knows exactly what's happening. People stop walking. Some look around nervously, others freeze completely. A few begin asking questions, but nobody seems to have answers. And then something interesting happens. A group of Koreans quietly starts moving in a certain direction. Within seconds, other people begin following them. Now, to be clear, there is no official rule that says you should follow Koreans during an emergency. No airline announces it. No safety manual recommends it. Yet among travelers, especially in Asia, there is a surprisingly common joke. If something goes wrong and the Koreans start moving, follow them. The joke is funny because it contains a small piece of truth. Many people have noticed that Koreans often appear unusually calm, organized, and decisive during uncertain situations. So where does that reputation come from? Part of the answer lies in Korea's unique history. For much of its modern history, Korea has lived with a level of uncertainty that many countries have never experienced. The Korean War left the country devastated. The division of the peninsula created decades of military tension. Air raid drills, emergency preparedness campaigns, and civil defense training became familiar parts of everyday life. For older generations, emergency preparation was not a rare event. It was simply part of life. Even today, many Koreans grow up regularly seeing emergency instructions, public safety campaigns, and disaster preparedness information. Over time, this creates a population that is surprisingly comfortable with following emergency procedures. But history alone doesn't explain everything. Another reason is South Korea's mandatory military service. Most Korean men spend roughly a year and a half or more in the military. Regardless of their personal background, education, or career plans, they go through a system designed to teach discipline, organization, and rapid response to unexpected situations. Of course, military service does not turn everyone into a crisis expert, but it does expose a large portion of the population to structured decision-making under pressure. When something unexpected happens, many Koreans are already familiar with the idea of following procedures rather than panicking. Then, there is Korea's culture of collective action. In some countries, individual decision-making is often prioritized. People immediately ask what they personally should do. In Korea, there is often a stronger instinct to observe the group first. What are others doing? Where are people moving? Who seems informed? This behavior can sometimes be criticized as conformity, but during emergencies, it can become a strength. When people quickly align around a clear response, confusion is reduced and action happens faster. This tendency became especially visible during natural disasters, public emergencies, and even the COVID-19 pandemic. While many countries struggled with conflicting information, Koreans were often praised for quickly adapting to new guidelines, wearing masks, using tracking systems, and changing daily routines. Not because every individual agreed with every policy, but because rapid collective action is something Korean society has practiced for decades. Technology also plays a major role. If you've ever visited Korea, you've probably experienced emergency alerts on your phone. Sometimes they arrive so frequently that foreigners are surprised. Earthquakes, heavy rain, extreme heat, fires, traffic accidents, missing persons, public health warnings. Information travels incredibly fast. When an emergency happens, millions of people often receive the same information almost instantly. This reduces uncertainty, which is one of the biggest causes of panic. People tend to remain calm when they understand what is happening. Koreans are also accustomed to living in one of the most connected societies in the world. Information spreads rapidly through messaging apps, social media, news platforms, and community networks. When a situation develops, updates arrive constantly. That doesn't eliminate fear, but it does help people make decisions faster. Of course, no country handles every emergency perfectly. Korea has experienced tragedies and failures just like every other nation. There have been moments when systems broke down, communication failed, and important lessons had to be learned. No society is immune to mistakes, but what often stands out to outsiders is how quickly Koreans tend to reorganize after chaos begins. There is a practical mindset that appears again and again. Find information, follow instructions, move quickly, don't create unnecessary confusion. This attitude can sometimes make Koreans appear unusually composed in stressful situations. The famous travel joke about following Koreans during emergencies is not really about Koreans being smarter, braver, or more prepared than everyone else. It's about reputation. Over time, people noticed patterns. They noticed organized evacuations. They noticed quick responses. They noticed calm behavior in situations where others hesitated. Eventually, those observations became stories, and those stories became stereotypes. Like most stereotypes, it is not always true, but it exists for a reason. The next time you're in a crowded place and something unexpected happens, you probably shouldn't blindly follow anyone. The smartest choice is always to follow official instructions and trained emergency personnel. But if you've ever wondered why travelers sometimes joke about following Koreans during emergencies, the answer goes much deeper than the joke itself. It is the result of history, military service, public safety culture, advanced communication systems, and a society that has spent decades learning how to respond quickly when uncertainty appears. And perhaps that is why, when everyone else is looking around wondering what to do next, Koreans often seem like they already have a plan.